We taking over. Ha. Yo, Nayata.
Yo, Gucci.
Strap to the bone, chat to me crew. Fire one in a them head, chat to the dome. Them boy they know bad, that a way me know. Only bad when the man friend pop pill alone. Tall rifle a roll under me clothes. One with a run road that a fi be known. Brown in bad bitch, not silicone. Rich badness, fat belly phone. Them boy they not ready for the gun life. Give them a pitchfork and a grum knife. Press the chip clock on the front line. If the road dark, he become bright. Me dog them a killer when a sunlight. We was a transform when it turn night. Chris Kalish calf we black and white. With the red light on the front eye. Toppy show. Tap about things where you nothing do. Toppy show. Kel taking a me and that a no fi show. Rifle bind them big like puppy toe. A tall rifle a mat to be go fi four. Toppy show. Batty boy stop chat when the fuck you know. Thing them ram up in a skin them. Time you get lead poison in an infection. Make your dopey rise quicker than inflation. And the eye cast a living in dead from the inception. That's how the thing then tan. Start off slow, now the thing get strong. A one western it never take long. Now we are do the road mad injection. Toppy show. Tap more things where you know fi know. Toppy show. Kel taking a me and that a no fi show. Rifle bind them big like puppy toe. A tall rifle a mat to be go fi four. Toppy show. Batty boy stop chat where the fuck you know. Them boy they not ready for the gun life. Give them a pitchfork and a grum knife. Press the chip clock on the front line. If the road dark, he become bright. Me dog them a killer when a sunlight. We was a transform when it turn night. Chris Kalish calf we black and white. Make the rain fall and the room dry.
All right, clap it up. Hey, Shalom, Cap, you there?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. What go on?
Hello?
Yeah, man. May I hear you loud and clear, sir? How my sound?
Yeah, man. Good. Loud and clear, too.
Yeah,
what we have for them tonight?
Yeah, man. We have, you know what I mean, a good show for them tonight. We're going to talk about, you know what I mean, Peter Tosh role, you know what I mean, and his instrumental input into the Whalers, you know what I mean, being even the founder of the Whalers, and how the oppressor, you know what I mean, took away the spotlight from him and gave the spotlight to, you know what I mean, Bob Marley. You understand? So,
yeah.
Without further ado, sir, we're going to give them the intro. You understand?
Yeah, man.
This is Breakdown podcast where we break down the strongholds holding back the children of Israel here in Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, the Caribbean, North, Central, and South America. You understand? And we are with our host, Captain of 13,000 of the ISUPK, Captain Nayatak. You understand? And the Commanding General Yohana. You understand? And myself, Officer 500 Kayadwan out of ISUPK, Jamaica. You understand? Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Where should we start, sir?
Man, don't forget to let them know, you know what I mean, if Commander General Hannah, you know what I mean, come on the round table, you know what I mean, we'll just switch over, you know what I mean, to that show. You know what I mean? So you'll stay tuned.
So tonight is also a special edition, you know what I mean, Commanding General Yohana, you know what I mean, I think he's going to be live on the round table of truth. So when he comes on, we'll just transition over to the round table of truth so we can hear, you know what I mean, the head of our nation speak. You understand? Yeah,
that's right. The hardest working man in Israel.
Hardest working man in Israel.
That's right. All right. Yeah, man. So Peter Tosh. I mean, I want a CD, man. You know what I mean? I had to cup one, yeah. Peter was, you know what I mean? He was the man back in the day.
Right.
You know what I mean? When it come to reggae, or what they'll call, you know what I mean? You don't really call it conscious music like that anymore. But his music was, you know, conscious, you know what I mean? And today they'll more so say controversial in a way too, pertaining to the lyrics.
Right.
Because back then, brothers would, you know what I mean, their songs were songs of, how to put it, it's, you know what I mean, it speak to your soul. It cry out, you know what I mean, basically, you know what I mean, like, you know what I mean, like in it, to how to explain it is, I mean, you gotta really listen to them, man, like Culture and them, they want any truths. You know what I mean? Culture, forget the other brother name. But when they sang, yeah, when the men sing, you know what I mean, you could hear them, you know what I mean, crying out to, you know what I mean, to the Lord to come and do something. You know what I mean? And it's almost like the you know what I mean, the injustice that's going on. You understand that they speak out against it in the music. You know what I mean? And that's just black people. It's the same thing with black people across in America. You know what I mean? The blues, you know what I mean, come from their, you know what I mean, their life, or their life was going. You understand? And it's the same thing that whole rap started from, you know what I mean, you know what I mean, the life here in America and how it was affecting black people. You know what I mean? Especially when the drugs came out, when the drugs was out, there was, you know what I mean, they using music to speak against it. You understand? Right. That's what I don't tell you. But they use the music to speak against what the politicians, what the police was doing here. That's why in the Jamaican songs, you'll hear them saying Babylon. You know what I mean? Any oppressive system, they'll call it Babylon. You understand? Which is biblical. We know Babylon in the Bible oppressed the Israelites. Right. You understand? Like they were very oppressive people, like what the oppressor doing us today. That's why the Bible even called them, you know what I mean, you could almost liken America to Babylon, because they're doing the same thing, you know what I mean, what the Babylonians did back then, even down to the Englishmen. You understand? Doing the same thing, oppressing us on these islands. And now you think your island, you know what I mean, is in hell because of your government. When is not really your government? It's your oppressor. You understand? That have his hand all in the mix. God. That's why today you are still fighting for what? For president. Because you're just like a province of England, but it's not like that on paper, but in reality, a province. In reality, you know what I mean, you belong, you know what I mean, you're like a colony.
Common, yeah, one of the Commonwealth.
Yeah, you understand? Which means your taxes ain't just going to England, it's going to the King of England. You're paying them in taxes. You understand?
Sir.
Right? So yeah, you wanna jump into the video and, you know what I mean, and get them a little, you know what I mean, backstory on one of the songs that there was, you know what I mean, basically given Peter Tosh. And this is something I didn't know. I heard the song before, but I didn't know that it was history, the history behind it.
La, I didn't neither, sir. I never know neither.
You know what I mean? Which now, you know what I mean, like learning this makes you want to go back and look at all of them revolutionary songs. You understand? Right. Because, and now your question, because Bob Marley had what? Redemption song. And he had Who Shot the Sheriff? You understand? Like, those were big songs. Why was he able to sing his songs? Why was Peter Tosh not able to get his song across? You understand?
Like
all these is, you know what I mean, questions, you know what I mean, if you have to sit down and analyze it, the only thing you'll come up with is Peter Tosh is a black man, a
Right.
Jamaican,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean, roots reggae. Bob Marley is what you would call a culture vulture. You know what I mean? Jamaicans won't like what I'm saying. You know what I mean? They won't like what I'm saying. But Bob Marley is a culture vulture because he's not one of us.
Right.
I know you would like to claim him as one of us because we so oppressed and we so beaten and we self-confidence was taken from us that anything that appeared to be like us, we want to lay claim to him. But we can't lay claim to it. His father is a white man, Norman Manley. Not Norman Manley, Slacky. There's a prime minister I'm talking about. What's his father name?
His father name is
Noval or something like that.
Yeah, kind of one.
Noval Marley. Yeah. And I think recently to what's the boy name? Junior Gong. I don't know how true it is. Junior Gong came out and said that Bob Marley is not his father.
Well, that will be hard to believe because him look like Bob Marley.
Yeah, it's hard to believe.
I don't know if that is true though. Maybe where do you hear that?
On YouTube, you know what I mean? Yeah, you can check it out, you know what I mean, later on. But, you know what I mean, internet, the whole material. I don't know how true it is. You know what I mean? So, who knows? Come on.
It's like, yes, sir. It's like, you know what I mean, like what you said, we have been so downtrodden that, you know what I mean, anybody that come and do, you know what I mean, our culture is almost like we are flattered because we ourselves, we don't hold our culture at highest esteem, you know. You know what I mean? Because of the oppression, we think that, boy, I just, you know what I mean? All right, from even high school days, beating the decks, you know what I mean? DJing in class, music in class, we don't really hold that, you know what I mean, as anything of greatness. But when other nations look on and see it, them amazed. You understand? So it's the same thing. So when we see other people doing our culture, we are almost flattered. We're flattered. We are happy that they are doing it when all they are doing, like what you said, them just a steal the culture. You know what I mean? So
and make money off of it, not just steal it, but make money off of it too.
Right.
Get rich off of it. That's like with Trinidad and the steel pan. You understand? Trinidad was with that steel pan. Yeah, I mean they're supposed to be making some royalties off of that, but we're not.
Gone. And that steel pan is a hell of an instrument, you know. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It have a total different sound. You understand? And for some reason, sir, for the last couple of days, all I've been seeing is this white man playing the steel pan. You know what I mean? On the internet. He's playing the hell out of the steel pan as if you would have think of the white man invent the steel pan. You understand? So you know what I say?
Correct.
Yeah.
So if you want to play for them, let's play for them, man.
Can. In the meanwhile, everybody remembers on the jump in, on the top up the screen, like, share, follow, depending on the platform you're watching on. This is the Breakdown podcast where we break down the stronghold, holding back the children of Israel. You understand?
Yes, sir.
What if I told you a Jamaican song once scared the US government so much they tried to silence it? In the 1970s, reggae wasn't just music. It was political fire. One track in particular, Equal Rights by Peter Tosh, became an anthem for liberation. The lyrics called out injustice, colonialism...
And pause that too, Salakia. Pause it. Right? And you see what you say, political fire, right? Now you understand why dancehall is being pushed, the way it's being pushed, and not reggae.
Okay.
You understand? Not you know what I mean? Because he done come and put his hand in our music, and now he's directing where the culture go. You understand? He's the one directing it.
Right.
So now brothers more focused on dancehall music. You know what I mean? Stuff for clubs. So now it's almost like ain't nothing political.
Right.
Ain't nothing conscious being brought out. So now because that was, you know what I mean, a form of our news also too. You want to learn about what's going on in your country? You understand? You listen to one of these artists, they're gonna tell you. You understand? That is why, you know what I mean, like why you think all them rastas, you know what I mean, and brothers turn into rastas.
Right.
You understand? Why? Because of music.
Music,
You understand?
And
why you think brothers was running to Ethiopia? Because of music. When culture say what it is, it's called there's a land far, far away. Yeah. It's called Addis Ababa. When men, you know what I mean? Like he is calling Addis Ababa Jerusalem.
Right.
You understand? In his music. And that caused brothers and sisters to leave their land because they look at Jamaica as being a prison for them. And they went to a land far away, hoping that they would have been free to do whatever they wanted to do on their land. You understand? That should show you how powerful music was, or how powerful music is to us. You understand? And the oppressor knew it, and he came in and he took it over.
And if you know what I mean, if I may, sir, you know what I mean, them also infiltrated the reggae too. You know what I mean? Not that all right. Dancehall had a political tone as well back in the past, you know, even Bounty Killer and them man there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They used to turn up for certain things. But yeah, as you said, it's not that they might push dancehall, but they might push a certain message in a dancehall. Because dancehall can be a force to the same way like how hip hop at one point was that political vice for black people. Zine, them take that message out of dancehall. Zine, and what they did to reggae eventually didn't have that political message again, you know. You know what I mean? With the Chronics and them, man, it became all about love and unity and everybody. You know what I mean?
Why?
So
Why? Because they wanted to follow Bob Marley. But go ahead, Salakia.
Yeah, man, exactly what you said. Because they want water it down to the Bob Marley level. You know what I mean? The love and the integrated reggae. And now focus on the suffering of black people anymore, you know? Yeah, so you know what I mean? So that is what they did. But you know what I mean? We have to realize that and know, say, boy, our culture, we have to take it and dictate the message in the culture. You understand? And don't make the oppressor, you know what I mean, dictate what him tell us or what message him want we accept. You understand? So like,
yes. And to add to what you're saying also too, it's almost like you have to be real careful of who the oppressor is pushing up to be a leader. You understand? May it be, you know what I mean, church, may it be politics, may it be music, as we are in music right now. Why is the oppressor liking Bob Marley? Why?
Right.
Because what Bob Marley is saying is not a threat to his system. You understand? Not a threat to his system. Bob Marley wanted to play the both side. He wanted to play the both side. That's why he could sing the song Redemption song, right? Saying who shot the sheriff, and they still love him.
Right.
But Peter starts saying what? Equal rights and justice. And you trying to shut him down? Why? Because he a black youth from Jamaica. You understand? And what they don't tell you to is on most of these islands, there was a lot of rebellion from the slavery. They won't tell you these things. Why? Because the oppressor don't want you even thinking about you trying to get your freedom.
Right.
Like you have a people that's screaming out reparation. Reparation is not you screaming out for freedom. Reparation is you screaming out for a handout, for money, not freedom. Freedom is totally different than reparation. You understand? Totally different. America didn't scream out for reparation from England. Why? Because they got freedom, how freedom is always gotten. And I'm not saying for us to go pick up weapons. Be a fool. Your freedom gonna come by price. That's how our freedom will come by. But don't be fooled. We are in captivity right now. I don't care what island you're on. I don't care if you're in America or if you're in any one of these islands. You're in captivity right now. You understand? Look at your dollar. You understand? Yeah, it might be a face on the dollar, but what is your dollar worth? Why do they match your dollar up to the white man's dollar? If you're free, why would you do it? Like he gonna tell you how to buy his stuff and don't buy your people's stuff on the island. If you're free, you're not free.
Right.
It's just a different form of slavery. People like to talk about the chains, not in your, no more physically, but it's in your mind. Negro is not just in your mind right now. It's all around you. It's all around you. Them hands you're using to work, it's working for him. You're still in slavery. So don't tell me it's just in your mind. It's not just in your mind. We're physically enslaved right now as a people. You just don't see the forces around you because your eyes ain't open to recognize that you're enslaved right now. Because why would you have to why would you have to give up your culture? Why would you have to give it up? If you're free, free men don't give the culture. Free men don't give the integrity up. They don't give the morality up. They don't do it. I yield. I don't know if you want to continue.
Yeah, kind of want to continue.
You know what I mean? Oh, you know what I mean? Hold that and get the one with the mammon. Get the one with the mammon, and then we'll play that. To show you can't, you know what I mean? You can't serve two masters.
Right. All right. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 6 and verse 24. And it said, no man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other.
And that's it. Always go back to Bob Marley. Why? Because Bob Marley was part of the Wailers and he separated from the Wailers. Right? You had a little excerpt there with Peter Tosh leaving. You want to read a little bit of that for them and why he left?
So lucky it wasn't that excerpt. Let me find it.
Right?
Remember it was saying that the reason why he left wasn't because of what we were talking about. It was more like him having a problem with the commercial. Let me find it.
Yes. Commercial meaning money. And what they will have to do for money.
Right.
You understand? The oppressor, he's very skillful in his language and with wording certain things.
Right.
You understand? Very skillful with it. Like, for example, when you hear the word Planned Parenthood, you're sounding like somebody planning a family. You understand? But really and truly, that is not it. It has to deal with abortion. Planned Parenthood and abortion go hand in hand. You understand? Like he's very skillful when it comes to his English language. So go ahead and read it for them.
It said Peter Tosh left the Wailers in 1974 with Bunny Wailer due to unfair treatment and dissatisfaction with Island Records president Chris Blackwell.
Right, and Chris Blackwell was a Caucasian man. He's a white man. You understand? And these black men realize they will have to do what? They'll have to,
you know what I mean?
Not just sell out, you're right. But they will have to give in to what this man wants because he has the money. He owns the record label. He owns it. You understand? When that you could tell that Bunny Wailer and Peter Tosh, they were brothers.
Right.
And when I say brothers, like me and you, brother.
Yeah, from the same people, the same race.
Yes.
You
understand? Somebody do something on the island, they do it to me too.
Right.
You understand? Somebody do me something on up here, they do it to you too. You know what I mean? They were brothers. And they realized, yo, this white man here, this oppressor here, he, you know what I mean, he fits into do what? Read on.
It said unfair treatment and dissatisfaction with the Island Records president Chris Blackwell.
Unfair treatment.
Right.
Because he already had it in his mind. See these black men? I don't need them.
Right.
I need this one. I need Bob Marley.
Right.
You understand? I could use him. And Bob Marley, you could tell, was not loyal to these brothers. Otherwise, Bob Marley would have walked away too with them and say, you know what, to hell with that shit. I ain't doing that.
Yeah. And eventually Chris Blackwell would have to conform to what the three of them wanted. So, you know what I mean? So Bob Marley was willing to sell out. You understand? Like what you said.
Yes. Yes. I know Jamaicans, you all ain't gonna want to hear it. But just sit down and ask yourselves why it is the pushing Bob Marley on you all like that. You go into every older brother establishment, there's Bob Marley picture. Because Bob Marley picture is almost like Christ.
Yeah.
For you all in Jamaica. Come on.
So me almost say more I'll say it seems like a Bob Marley are the god of Rastafarianism. You know what I mean? The amount of picture, everything you see about Rastafarianism, you see Bob Marley. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Sometimes even more than Selassie and, you know what I mean, who them consider them prophets.
Yes. And Bob Marley and Selassie, they were Orthodox. What do they call them? Christians?
Yeah,
There was the Rastas. Bob Marley died and was buried an Orthodox Christian. Right? But everything that was done to us on the island, it was planned.
Right.
It was planned. Blackwell went there to make sure that Peter Tosh and their music die out after certain years. And music like Bob Marley, them is the type of music we want coming out of Jamaica.
Right.
You understand? Even Cartel, when I say a Cartel sing some countries. While now. While now.
You sing a gospel song.
Yes.
You sing downright Christian music. You know what I mean? So you can do what they did, you know what I mean, and you know what I mean, what he's now become, you know what I mean? So like a Christian.
Yeah. No, you're right. You understand? And the music that's coming out now is, you know what I mean, it's, you know what I mean, like the music in Trinidad, the Trinidad music. Brothers dying over that, brothers, you know what I mean, getting, you know what I mean, kill off of the music now.
Okay.
You understand?
God.
You know what I mean? Like the, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like Trinidad, you don't know, but Trinidad had Calypso. And Calypso was like, it's political also too.
Okay, God.
Right? Soca music is like what you all would call dancehall music.
Dancehall, God.
You understand? Right? But you know what I mean? But soca music is like dancehall. Calypso is more like the music where, you know what I mean, conscious or political music.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
God.
But all of that dying because they don't want you even having a thought of I'm oppressed. They always want you in a happy mood, a high mood.
Right.
You understand? So your weed songs, ooh, they'll get played.
Can.
Me understand?
And
Well,
them push the hell out of those reggae weed songs and the dancehall weed songs, you know? Them prioritize them one day. You understand? The same way them prioritize the violence and, you know what I mean, the lewdness. They make sure them push that because them know, like you say, Cap, them know say that will destroy it. You understand?
Yes. You know what I mean? That once you see start going down that road, then we know charge of the music. All you have to do is follow the money.
Right.
Follow the money. Wherever the money lead you to, that is who in charge of the music. Now that is the music you're hearing. Majority of it. I mean, that's why them older heads, they will say, I mean, these young boys nowadays, they're done.
God.
When it's you older folks' fault that they're done. God. Take the blame. These young men, you didn't leave a platform for them. You didn't leave a platform for them. So they had to go find a platform.
God.
And with them finding the platform, it was left open.
Right.
It opened the door for Esau to come in and just give them money. And now they're singing whatever it is getting them paid.
God.
You go talk to a young black man and ask him why it is he's singing this song, why it is he dealing with the sisters like that. Our bills to pay.
If I may, sir, it's almost like it's a contest to see who can sing the most, the worst, you know what I mean? The worst lyric possible. You understand? Not in talent, you know, but the most derogatory thing. You understand?
Yeah.
One brother came out talking about peeing and, you know what I mean, and a girl in her mouth. You understand? And of course, it came up against some backlash, but that is how it appears. Like it's a contest to see who can sing the worst. You understand?
Yeah.
Slacky, I remember your thoughts, sir. So wait, that's
No. You good. You know what I mean? It's just, you know what I mean, us talking about it. You know what I mean? Bringing up, you know what I mean, all these things that has been there, but you never really notice it.
Right.
Until you see videos like this, then you start to ask questions like, what again they've been doing? What again they've been trying to suppress? Who they're trying to suppress? Why? Why is this artist being pushed?
Right.
Is this artist just, yeah, I mean, singing happy music? And understand when I say happy music, meaning it's not political. It's nothing to make black people aware that they're being oppressed, that they have an oppressor.
And sir, let me ask you a question. Tell me if I'm wrong. When it would be suspicious if you see an artist who have no footprint on the internet, you never heard about him. You know what I mean? This is his first music video on his YouTube channel. And him drop it and it goes straight in a trending. He's singing about the worst thing possible. You understand? And him goes straight into trending as a trending artist. You know what I mean? Just out of the blues. them things that seem so
Yep.
suspicious. You understand? Because you
Yeah,
can't find
he got the bag.
So like, yeah, him get the bag. Can. Somebody a push him.
Yeah, he got the bag.
Can.
Yes.
Can.
How in your right mind you're thinking about, you know what I mean, killing your brother, and you know what I mean, and it's so entertaining.
Can.
You know what I mean? When we actually doing that, we actually doing that to each other. You understand what I'm saying? Like if we were in charge of the music, we'll be singing songs against that. We'll be singing songs against what is, you know what I mean, what is destroying us. We'll sing songs against it. You know what I mean? To make people aware that, you know what, drugs is wrong.
Can.
You understand? You know what I mean? Pouring your sister out is wrong. Backstabbing your brother is wrong. We'll sing songs like that. You understand? And when you sing songs like that, guess what you're going to realize? What do you think you'll realize when you sing songs like that?
So like you say, you're going to realize, you're going to see a change. You know what I mean? You're going to see
you're definitely going to see a change, but what are the people going to realize? People are going to realize who the enemy is.
Okay, can.
You understand? That's why they were saying the political fire stuff.
Yeah,
the conscious music letting you know, yo, Babylon, you know what I mean, could be the police. Them is the enemy. Because how they're oppressing us.
Right.
You understand? When Sizzler sing, I have no white God. You understand? No, he's letting you know whoever pushing that white God shit is the enemy.
Can. So like you sir.
Come on.
All right. So it's clear that there's an agenda in the message where they might try push through the music. And you know what I mean? Just like where you are say, me I think the same thing say there is some in and behind the message of the music. Like for example, the scamming, right? No, seeing the government started a nationwide ban on the scamming music. But is it a situation where the government is doing one thing, but the oppressor agenda is another thing? And does it mean that even the government, you know what I mean, those of the government who, our brothers and sisters, black people, see, a lot of them are Eden, see, should they now look into maybe there's a hidden force trying to destroy, you know what I mean, our people, and them should make an effort in pushing back at it. Because as I say, the agenda is clear that this is the message that somebody wants to be pushed in the music, but the government ban that type of music off the airway. See? So it seems like somebody is playing a hand against even what the governments want to, you know what I mean, to accomplish. Not saying I mean not justify the government because we know that they are still the hand of our oppressor. But you know what I mean, is it two different things? You know what I mean, in that sense?
Yeah. Okay. It could be a few things, right? But you know what I mean? But this is how I look at it, right? And when it says this scamming music, explain that to the audience. With the scamming music.
The chopper music, to say, all right, they must sing about scamming people in America for their money. And every artist about boss off as of recently, that's just what they're singing about. So trap music now is basically like scamming music. Everybody is singing about that.
No, if that is the case, the reason why the government coming down on you, right? No, it's wrong to scam. Right? We're not supporting scamming. Right? Just letting the internet know we're not supporting it.
Come on,
right? But at the end of the day, they're coming down on it the same reason why they come down on Peter Tosh, in a way, meaning this: their people is being affected. And they know once we start doing it, it's going to start a trend. And we are going to prey on their people. You understand?
Okay, so it's not necessarily an agenda. It's more
No,
like
it's just that their people is being affected by it. The elderly.
Yeah, their elderly family member, white family members and them.
Yes. And so, you know what I mean? And more than likely, you know what I mean, you get an old person that have some money. Remember, the kids or family members they have, they're waiting for that old family member to be in the grave so they can get the inheritance. No, you Jamaicans taking these people inheritance. Oh, they're gonna go to their government, and their government will come to your government. You know, your government will start clamping down, because if they don't clamp down, then whatever money that America was investing in them, they're gonna stop investing.
Okay.
You understand? So it's like you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Now if Jamaica was free, then the Jamaican would be like, yo, the president would have been like, yo, that's your fault. You know what I mean? I had nothing to do with that. Your president could have been like, yo, my people had to eat too. He can't do that. Can't do that. You understand? And don't think, you know what I mean, I don't want people to think that, you know what I mean, we trying to, you know what I mean, big up scamming. We're not trying to big up scamming. You know what I mean? We shouldn't be doing that. We shouldn't have to live like these oppressors.
Right.
Because that's how these oppressors, remember, the people who came to Jamaica, the white people who came to Jamaica on the islands, those people were criminals from England. You understand? So now we acting like criminals. No, we better than that. We gotta scam them the money. You understand? We could separate and make our own shit. You know what I mean? No, finish that part of the scripture. After we say, "I have two masters," and that will explain it. Come on.
Or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve God and mammon.
You cannot serve God and what?
Ye cannot serve God and mammon.
And that's it. You can't serve God and serve money.
Right.
You understand? You cannot do it. If you're going to serve God, then you got to hold on to your integrity. And a lot of us, when it comes to money, we fall short of having any type of integrity to keep it. You understand? We'd rather just go get the money and then somehow formulate some excuse in your mind. Why? Because the Most High not in your face, looking at you, saying, if you take that bag, I'm going to hurt you. I'm going to punish you. In your mind, you don't see the punishment then and there.
Right.
But it's coming. You understand? It's coming if you give your integrity up. If you rather serve money than serve God. You understand? All right? Go ahead and play the video, a little more of the video. I know we're talking a whole lot, you know, Mr. Lock here.
Everybody has to jump in, tap up the screen, like, share. This is the Breakdown Podcast, where we break down the strongholds, holding back the children of Israel. You know what I mean? Just like, share, follow.
Yeah, man.
Some radio stations were pressured to stop playing it, especially near military bases in the Caribbean. They feared it would inspire protests among Black soldiers and Caribbean communities. But censorship only made the song more powerful. Pirate stations blasted it. Street vendors sold bootleg copies. The message traveled farther than the censors ever imagined. Peter Tosh once said, "I don't want peace. I want equal rights and justice."
And that's a positive.
No band could erase that.
And that's it.
Right.
Like we don't want peace, we want justice. Like that there. Now just imagine young people today studying this type of music. studying this type of history.
Right.
You understand? But instead, you go to school, you studying Bob Marley type of music. How he put things together on paper. You understand? Which means that the taking your mind, the training your mind not to think like that. The training your mind to only love what your oppressor love.
Yeah, can.
You understand? So you go to school and you learn about you know what I mean? What I taught you in school about the Caribbean Arawaks?
They taught us that they were savages.
That's it. And they used to eat one you see the other.
Like
if they catch them.
The Caribs, they taught us that the Caribs were cannibals.
Yes. You understand? Which, you know what I mean, now you understand the brainwashing that they did to us as babies.
Right.
You understand?
And
now you're learning about Peter Tosh. But you're learning about Peter Tosh music right now. But your mind done far gone into the realm. You understand?
Right.
So now it's coming out that his music was too controversial. But you don't hear this. When last you hear equal rights and justice?
All right. You see songs like those, sir? If a dance is being kept, that them song they get play when the sound a string up. You know what I mean? Before the party start. Them song there when nobody is at the party, but when the sound I get string up. You understand? You don't hear them song there at the party. None at all.
Yeah, play a little more.
I think that was it, sir.
That was it?
Kind of one concert.
All right, give me what's his Deuteronomy, or we could go to what's this? Corinthians.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 21. He cannot drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of devils.
You can't do it.
Right.
You cannot do it. It's telling you, you can't juggle it too. That's like you trying to be in the streets and then trying to say, is a man of God.
Right.
Shit don't work like that. Don't work like that. Even in the ghetto, you can't say, well, I'm going to church and you're selling drugs and shooting people.
Right.
No, that man in the street, the one to catch you, ain't none of that. You know what I mean? And even the men that rolling with you, they know they can't trust you. You understand?
Right.
Because as the Bible says, you're double-minded. You can't be double-minded.
Right.
You cannot. You can't. You be one mind. I mean, you brothers out there who trying to make that music, man. Yo, go make the music, but don't give them your soul. Don't give up your integrity, man. That's the only thing you have as a black man is the integrity. The only thing they done turn us, you know what I mean, take everything from us. We land, strip away our name, culture. You understand? Don't raid us, but don't give them your soul. Don't give them your integrity. You know what I mean? You go in the music and you realize you have to do that. Your integrity means more than music. You understand? Integrity means more. You understand? Don't do it. Because once you give them the your integrity, ain't no telling what they're coming for next. And you can't say no. Because you don't give it to them, you give them something. You think the oppressor, once you give him something, he gonna stop there? No, he coming for more.
Right.
Your sister, you start us singing, you know what I mean, with clothes. And before you know it, you on some bed in some Victoria's Secret singing, looking like some, you know what I mean, like some exotic woman. Because you start inching and giving him a little bit. And now for more money, all he had to tell you to do is, take your clothes off. You know what I mean? Sing topless. That's like the you there?
Yeah, come here, I hear you, sir.
Yeah. That's like what's that the sister name? She in England.
Teflon Don.
Teflon Don.
Gone.
You know what I mean?
Gone.
Teflon Don. She has a song where she's topless in the damn bathroom. Straight up, you know what I mean? Where you could tell. Like, what the hell? Like, you don't give up I mean, integrity for money.
Slakia, sir, went and had relations with that African burner boy too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, that's another topic in itself. But
yeah,
boy, that all that has to do with, I just say, with integrity.
God.
You know what I mean? All of that has to do with integrity. Don't give it up, black man, Hispanic man, First Nation man. You know what I mean? You carves and our wax on the island. Don't give that joint up, man. That's the only thing you have. You could take your money, take your land, take everything, but they can't take that from you. That's something you have to give them. Or that's something you could die with. You understand?
Right.
Right? Any more?
Salakia. Let me finish. Ye cannot drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of devils. Ye cannot be partakers of the Lord's table and of the table of devils.
You understand? And that's why we say the oppressor is a devil the Bible speaks of.
That's
because
right.
He's the one that's giving you the money.
Right.
He's the one. Island Records. Give me all the recording label. Island Record.
Road Records. You have what's the one with the Chinese?
I forget the Chinese on them. I forget that they're big in dancehall too.
Yeah, big.
You know what I mean?
Label in Jamaica. God.
Yeah, because most of the artists, if they couldn't make it to America, they'll go across there and sing.
Can. So it's like it all owned by heathens. You know what I mean? The music is probably owned by heathens. So you know what I mean? The message we're gonna get pushed is not gonna be a message coming from us.
Yes.
It's a message that come from the people who hate us. You understand?
Yes. Yes.
Right, I know.
Yes.
Can.
I mean, they came in like, just imagine you are the entertainer and ain't no black man in charge of the music.
Right.
And we say we're free. How in the hell we free and we can't be in charge of our own music?
Right.
We are, I mean, come on.
And it used to seem like even YouTube was pushing the worst. You understand? Like the good music, you could never find them on trending. Like everybody is conglomerate. Everybody is working together. The labels are work with YouTube, with the streaming platform. You know what I mean? The good artists, them can't get a look in. You understand? And the bad music, it'll get pushed up at the forefront. So eventually you'll find everybody will do the same music. You understand? Everybody will do the same music because this seems like what YouTube is trying to push. You understand?
Yep. Correct.
So, you know what I mean? So I think when we notice.
Yeah. And now go to 28 and 1.
Can. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day,
And remember what the saying for Peter Tosh. Peter Tosh said what? He don't want what?
He don't want peace. He want equal rights.
Yes.
Justice.
Right? Want equal rights and justice. But he don't understand. He couldn't get that from the oppressor.
Right.
The Lord had to give that.
You
understand? And ain't no equal. There's nothing equal.
Right.
Nothing. You understand? In the animal kingdom, ain't no equal stuff going on. So why you think in our kingdom there will be some equal going on?
Right.
Ain't nothing equal going on. That's why when people come to the island, they can enjoy it. But the Jamaicans on the island who's serving them can't even enjoy the things these heathen coming on there and enjoying.
Right.
You working in a hotel, you can't even afford to spend the night in. You can't spend one night in that hotel.
La. One night in the hotel might be a week's salary.
I'm telling you. Can't do it.
Right.
So there's nothing equal. Right. Anytime somebody come to you and try to talk to you about, we could have things could be equal, be very careful.
Yes, sir. Command General Yana is on now. Where you want it? I want to pause it and close off, and then we'll go back to him. You want me to do?
No, we could switch it straight over. Over to him.
Okay.
Not right now. Not right now. You know what I mean? But once we finish now, you know what I mean? Because they need to hear it, come on and Jay and Hannah for sure.
They really do need to hear it. Pause them here, sir. I pause them so we don't miss it.
Yeah, pause them, and then once we finish, we just shoot them straight over. To it. You know what I mean? Because boy, we in dire need of a real black leader, and we have it. Yeah, no excuse now, black man.
Right.
No excuse now. We have him. You understand? All right. You want to bring on anything again? Anything again with?
That was it for the scriptures. We have
no. We are 28 and 15. 28 and 15.
Yeah, and we never finish read verse 1. You want me to finish up verse 1 and then jump to 15?
Yeah, finish verse 1. Right? And just before you finish verse 1 too, just to let brothers and sisters know that whole thing with Peter Tosh, when he's saying equal rights and justice, we understand as black men, we understand what he's trying to say.
Yeah,
we fully understand what he's trying to say.
Right.
You understand? Fully understand. And that's that spirit where he is trying to wake you up to realize that ain't nothing equal.
God.
And if a man had to come out and say equal rights, that means nothing equal.
Right. God. And Salakia, if I may, sir.
You understand? Come on.
He's trying to, fight back the best way he know. You understand? To the best of his knowledge. You know what I mean? It's not like him not in the ISUPK, him not have the truth. You know what I mean? So, but him at least have, that warrior spirit left in him where him knows something is not right. So to the best of him knowledge, him go fight back, and for him fight back is, well, here what? We can't have peace unless we are treated as equals. But he might not understand like we understand, and we were taught by commanding General Yana that nothing is equal. You understand? It's either you rule or you serve. You understand? So You know what I mean?
And that's one of the things. That's one of the things I'm saying also too, because remember, our language is not English. You understand?
Yeah, God.
So when we say equal rights and justice, we not saying for it to be, you know what I mean, like we want to be equal to you. We want to be treated. You understand? Like you would want somebody to treat you.
Yeah, kind of one.
You understand? That don't mean, you know what I mean, we want to be with you. Right. You understand? Peter Tosh was singing totally, you know what I mean? He was trying to wake black people up and realize, yo, how they're treating us is not how we treat them.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And that's what, you know what I mean? He was crying out. And now today, we don't even say it. We don't even say it because some of us think that we have money and we're free. When if your people, the majority of people in the ghetto, the majority of people suffering, how the hell as a nation you're free? You're not.
Right.
You're not. So go ahead.
That the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
Read on.
Verse 15. But it shall come to
pass.
Hold
on. He said he gonna set us on high above what?
All nations of the earth.
All nations of the earth.
Right.
You understand? Right? And what Peter Tosh was basically talking about is us separating from the white man, from the oppressor. Because to be equal, you have to be separate. And that's what black people don't understand. You cannot be equal with a beast. There's no equality there. He don't understand. He will never sympathize with you. That's why, you know what I mean, the King of England will almost laugh behind your back at the table with the mere reparation talk. You understand? Because you're not asking for what Peter Tosh asking for. You begging.
Right.
So go ahead.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
That's it. That is it. You understand? That the Lord was going to punish us if we didn't do what he said to do.
Right.
You understand? The Lord is against weed. The Lord is against these religions that we in. You can't be a Christian. You can't be a Muslim. You can't be a Rastafarian. That is going to anger the Lord. It's going to anger him. And he's going to punish us by putting these oppressors over us. You think a lion? Go jump to the head and the tail. The scripture.
The
Deuteronomy. You know which one I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, man. Sir.
Go ahead. When again?
You want me to start at the verse before that? So Deuteronomy 28:43. The stranger.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, for context sake. Deuteronomy 28:43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up.
Blackwell, and Bob Marley. And Bob Marley, let's not forget him.
The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low.
Right. And thou shalt what?
Come down very low.
And that's it. Blackwell got rich. Bob Marley get rich the way his family is, one of the richest family maybe in Jamaica.
Yeah, them
You know what I
set for
mean?
life. Them set for life.
Right?
Can.
Because what?
Slack, sir. You there? Cap. All right, Cap audio chip out. So give me a minute for jump in. You know what I mean? In the meanwhile, may I finish read this. Deuteronomy 28 and 44, the next verse. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. Talking about the stranger that will, you know what I mean, rise above us, that we elect amongst us. You understand? The stranger within us. See? He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. And that is what we are even seeing, you know what I mean, like Kappa bring out in our music. You know what I mean? Blackwell Forward, him control the reggae music. You understand? Him propel Bob Marley to be the face of reggae music. You know what I mean? And now Bob Marley is like the king of what we created. Cap, you back with us?
Yeah, I'm back. Slack, brother.
Yeah. All right, but just read
Yeah.
the next verse. You want me to read it again? So you can break it down?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
One can. Deuteronomy 28:44. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and
You
thou shalt
understand
be the
that?
tail. Can.
You understand that? The IMF,
Right.
your whole
Right.
bank,
Mm-hmm.
you understand? Your whole banking system, your whole economic system.
Can.
You understand? Like, he's going to lend to you, but he ain't trying to get nothing from you. What he getting from you? What he getting from you? He doesn't have to buy your resources, but he will buy it just to do what? To keep you locked in, the government locked in.
Right.
You understand? But you don't have that. Why? Because the Lord let you know that if you don't do what he says, he was going to punish us as a people. And as a
Right.
nation, Black people, Hispanics, and First Nation people, we are being punished by the Lord. It's not that the Lord don't love us. He loves us. It's just like any father. A father will punish a disobedient child.
Right.
He'll tell that child, you know what I mean, a disobedient child, go to your room, you're grounded. You understand? No, we're not doing that. I'm not getting you that. You're not behaving. You understand? You are going to punish your child because you love your child. You want to see your child be the best person he or she can be. And that's the Lord.
Can.
You can't be behaving like these other nations. You can't be scamming. You can't be stealing like the white man stole. You can't be living like him and expect the Lord to be down with you as a people. He's not.
Right.
You can't expect to be smoking all the weed like the East Indians are doing and expect the Lord to be with you. The Lord give us laws, you know, statutes, commandments to separate us from these other nations. But we see the other nations and we want to live like them. It's just like with the king. Israel didn't have no king, but Israel saw these other nations having a king and wanted a king. And the Lord told us if we were to get a king, this has to happen. Well, now the Lord gave us a king, and now we don't want the king the Lord give us. And who's that king? Christ. You understand? Right. No, we don't want that king. We want to serve money. We don't want to serve the king that the Lord give us. All right?
Can.
And anything else? I know we're over the time, but anything else? You know what I mean?
Sir,
anything else you want to bring out for them before we tune them in to Commander Jenny Hannah?
Last, sir, except for a couple of articles that we had queued up. And not articles, but some, you know what I mean, little info about Peter Tosh. You know what I mean?
Come on, get him in. Yeah, get him in. Get him in before we go, man.
Okay, all right. So we have some information that, you know what I mean, it was actually, Peter Tosh was basically the talent. See, he was the one who taught Bob Marley how to play the guitar. You know what I mean? Something that them don't really emphasize when they talk about the wheel. Bob, them just put Bob Marley on this pedal stuff. You know what I mean? Put Bonnie Wheeler and Peter Tosh in the background and make it seem as if Bob Marley is this great superstar, when in fact he wouldn't be where he was without, you know what I mean, Peter Tosh. Let me read it. It said, Bob Marley and the Wailers were a Jamaican reggae band created by Bob Marley, which is a lie. It wasn't created by Bob Marley. See? The band formed when self-taught musician, see it, and all right, Salakia, sir, let me just say something. This is how the oppressor speak, you know. Him speak the lie and then still have to start the truth. Because here it now said the band was formed when self-taught musician Herbert Winston McIntosh, Peter Tosh, met Neville Livingston, Bonnie Wheeler, and Robert Nesta Marley. So Bob Marley never started, and it stayed right here. See?
Yep.
It said in 1963, and Slakia in 1963, and taught them how to play the guitar. So Peter Tosh taught both Bonnie Wheeler and Bob Marley how to play the guitar, the keyboard and percussion. You understand?
Yeah.
And we have another one that show you where Bob Marley got his vocals from. See? It said Joseph, well, let me make sure I have the right one. It's Joseph Benjamin Higgs. Hold on. He was the popular artist and rare. I want to make sure I have the right article may have. I may never close it.
No, yeah, man, you take your time. Yeah, I mean, for you brothers and sisters who listen, man, yeah, I mean, hit that like button. Yeah, I mean, share it, man, because we need to wake black people up. They don't take the music away from us. They don't take the culture. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean, because of Commander Junior Han and the Israelite School University of Practical Knowledge, we here giving black men back the integrity. Black women. You know what I mean? We here to show you how to keep it. And the Lord gonna be with you keeping your integrity, man. To hell with whatever the white man trying to do. The white man is going to use money. You understand? He's going to use his money to try and turn you away from the Lord. And it's been working for our black leaders. Our leaders choose to live a good, you know what I mean, rich life while you suffer. You understand? Choose it because they don't give the soul to this man and not to their people. I mean, Commander Junior Hannah showed us how Christ did it. Christ gave his life for us. So now guess what? We got to do what Christ do and give we life for we brothers and we sisters. Come on.
It's a Bob Marley vocals and musical instrument came primarily from the influential Jamaican singer and producer Joe Higgs, who taught him and the other Wailers the fundamental of harmony, melody, rhythm, and vocal technique. You understand? So, I mean, this praise Bob Marley is getting is simply because of what he learned from us. You understand?
Yeah, but Marley song like Elvis in America. You know what I mean? Elvis get all of that from black men. I forget the black man who he got all his, you know what I mean, all his move, everything from. They see us, you know what I mean, and they just, you know what I mean.
And them don't feel memory about it. It's almost like them thinking that, well, it's them have a right for just take with culture and own it. You understand?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's your pressure right there for you.
Gone.
Yeah.
All right, sir. You want we jump straight to what the commanding general, Yana, know?
Yeah, man, you can get him the outro and jump straight over to Commander General Hannah. And we you see them back here next week again to get them it live and direct.
Can. So all right. So this is the Breakdown Podcast special edition, you know what I mean, where we break down the strongholds holding back the children of Israel in the Caribbean, North, Central, and South America. All right. So the leader of our nation is speaking now live. So what we're going to do in this special edition, we're going to jump straight over to him so that, you know what I mean, you can hear him speak. And with that, shalom.
Accused him of stealing.
Right.
So the white workers decided, they surrounded this brother, you know what I mean, told him, "You not going nowhere." And then they took bulldozers and flipped his trailer over to make sure he wasn't going nowhere.
Damn.
And trapped this brother in. You know what I mean? And that's what he said. They trying to kill me because he's sitting inside his truck and they bang the truck with the bulldozers and flip his trailer over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That could have killed the brother right there.
Damn
But
right.
they surrounded him. I believe some of them had guns on them and weapons on them. I got the article in. It's a video, so it's in the chat.
General, we can go over it if you want. If not, we can go right into the Third World War. General, it's up to you.
I wouldn't mind just finishing up on this if we could, real quick.
Something you want to say on this, General?
Yeah, that this is exactly the state of white people. Like what Donald Trump don't understand, that the founding fathers understood, and that those that have been running America for the last 100 years understood, that you cannot unleash white people. If you unleash them, they will go beyond acting like an animal.
Damn.
And they will just go berserk. They going berserk on other white people.
Damn right.
You understand? They going berserk on other white people. You think mall shootings was big. Wait till you see what's coming next. You think workplace shootings was big. Wait till you see what's coming next. You understand? And the same with the brothers that's in these trucks. Man, if you in these trucks out, you should be trying to work on getting local routes that you know. You understand? You need to be working on trying to get routes that have regular customers. You understand? And then you need to go on and get them Utah and them different licenses that allow you to arm yourself no matter what state you in.
That's right.
And if they allow, and once you get those licenses, you need to arm yourself. And I ain't talking about having just a little 9mm either.
Right.
You arm yourself with what you need if you got to go out to them zones and do it. They trying to do the same thing they did to us back before the civil rights and around the civil rights, which is restrict our movements. That's always Esau's goal.
Right.
Restrict our movements. They like keeping us in this cage they call cities, man.
Right.
These cities are like cages. The average black person, tons of black people don't even leave the city.
Right.
Me brothers all the time ask them, where have you been? And they say, I ain't never been out my neighborhood.
Right.
I ain't never been out the city. And a lot of that is conditioning.
Damn
Conditioning. Many brothers, even in the UPK, before they came in the UPK, they never even left a city. Because they was wise enough to see that this place was so evil that they had to make sure, that their movements were, covered. So, but as they got in the UPK and their duties got bigger, they start moving around the country. And the same applies for brothers and blacks and Latinos all over this country. They want us to be sitting in the city like a hog trough, where they bring the food in and out and decide, and the water in and out, and the utilities in and out, and they can decide whenever they feel like to just turn the switch off.
Damn
and
right.
because we in these cities, we learn in a horrible culture. It's easy to brainwash you when you in these cities. So that's why these brothers that have gotten these jobs, thank the Lord you got that job and you was able to get out of the, move out of the cities. But as you move out of the cities, you need to be in the UPK. And here's why. Here's why it's so important. Because in the UPK, you can call brothers wherever you are.
That's right.
You in the UPK.
Give it up, Arkin.
Damn right.
Right.
You in the UPK and you get in a jam somewhere in some city, all you got to do is be able to make a phone call. And brothers is on their way. You know what I mean? You hold them off just for a moment until they come, because if you rely on Esau and you rely on them, they might be joined in. It's famous. I mean, they got a nerve to ask why we are with the police the way we are when they are famous for the police being part of the Klan and using their police authorities to hunt us down and kill us, man.
Damn right.
And this man don't even want an enemy. Like, he don't want an enemy. He just wants a victim. He don't want an enemy. He making, what is he doing around the world? He making peace.
Right.
He negotiating. He putting tariffs on people that's coming against him, and he negotiating, giving gifts to people that he's fighting against. They said that what's the name of their elite group that they send in?
A CIA?
SEAL teams.
SEAL team 6.
They said when they declared that they were going to battle with Iraq, and many brothers will tell you this that was in the military, that they got on them planes with duffel bags of cash. They would, now remember, they go into war against this country.
Right.
As they go into war against this country, they bring in duffel bags of cash. Right now, they say Zelensky is becoming a multi-millionaire off of this war.
That's crazy.
Right now. So they don't want no enemies.
Right.
They trying to keep the earth peaceful for themselves.
Damn right.
But what they do want is a victim.
Damn right. Damn right. Damn right.
I mean, you go damn right. You go back and read them stories of what they did in the South.
Right.
To poor people.
Right.
People that could barely keep a decent pair of shoes on their feet.
Damn right.
People that had a raggedy, broken down car going from town to town.
Damn right.
People that were taking their kids to school, barely hoping that they could have a job. Wife working as a maid.
Right.
Husband working in some factory. And you attacking him like he is, you attacking him with an all-out rage.
That's right.
You understand? Like he's public enemy number one. And if I could just plug Sunday, big shout out to you, Captain Marquardt, for inviting me back on Sunday. Sunday, we're going to really go into the history of the 60s.
Damn right.
And how everything that's going on in the 60s, damn right. And how everything that went on in the 60s is going on right now today. Down to the attitudes, the atmosphere, the same hatred, the same strategy. They tried to do us in the 60s, but they didn't have the technology then.
Right.
They believe they have the technology now. Back in the 60s, they didn't have the technology. You understand? They couldn't just lock us all in.
Right.
You understand? But they believe they have the technology now.
That's
and
right.
Here they are again doing the same thing, picking on the most vulnerable victim.
That's it.
That they could pick on. Every nation got stores and businesses in our neighborhood, and we barely have businesses.
That's right.
We on the bottom of all their income. Ain't nobody crying about the $15 an hour minimum wage but us.
Right.
We the ones crying about it. We're the nurses' aide. We're the bus driver. We're the street sweepers. That's us.
Right.
We are the ones that have to do them jobs. And yet you acting like black men and Latino men are the big bad wolf. Our Latino brothers, we're the ones that's picking the fruit in your field. Now feel this for a minute.
Come on, John.
You don't think the Latino brothers is a threat? You know how I know they don't believe Latino brothers is a threat?
Come on, General.
Do you allow the man that you think is a threat to you to feed you? To go out in the field and pick your food that you're gonna put in your mouth and bring it to your table? He's a threat?
Right.
Why in the hell would you allow him to pick your damn food then?
Right.
Why was you becoming vegans and eating salads on your jobs? Don't nobody eat more of what the Mexicans pick than white people.
Yeah, right.
So don't tell me they a threat.
Yeah,
They
right.
rapists. They pouring drugs into your country. You're a liar. You're a dirty liar. And now we begin to find out why you were so urgent to get the Latinos out the country.
Damn right.
Now we going to find out. If I could run for another second.
Please.
Cap.
Get out, General.
Because now we entering into combat in the Third World War.
That's right.
This is yet another milestone to the damn right. This is yet another milestone to the end of all empires.
Right.
Because now they're getting ready to get into combat and it's getting ready to really get bad.
Yeah, right.
First of all, if you haven't heard already, I don't know if brothers heard or not, the United States just sent 4,000 troops, 2 warships, and a nuclear-powered submarine into the waters of Venezuela and Bolivia.
We got this. We got the story. If you wanted to go over it too, John, we got that.
Let's do it. Let's go into it.
Go. Hold on 1 second. Go ahead, Ramon.
Mm-hmm. My daughter, if I may, sir. My daughter was supposed to be she's supposed to be dispersed out, I think, next year in April. But they told her
she's in the military.
Yeah, she's in the military. Sir. Yeah, she's in the military. So today
she's discharged next year, April.
Yeah, Colonel Khan, sir. She called me today and said, Dad, they said I gotta go next week. Not next year, but next week. They said I have to go. She's going to Puerto Rico, of course. Like, it ain't probably a war town or whatever, but it just shows you that, like, how fast they escalating what's going on. Because now she's telling me, like, she told me a year at first. Now she's telling me it's like a week. It's 2 weeks. And my daughter be at war.
Salakia, I hate to bring the bad news, but they stage in Puerto Rico. So she's going into, that's why they shorten the time for her to come. That's why they pressing her to come right away, because she's going to be deployed into the theater. Hopefully she'll see no combat. We'll be praying for her to see no combat and get the hell out of the military as soon as you can. People that joined the military during Desert Storm got stuck in the military for 3 and 4 tours.
Damn.
They was in Iran. That's why so many of them lost their mind. Because they were in there. You ain't supposed to be in there but 13 months.
Right.
You understand? So try doing 40, 50 months in theater, in a combat zone, trying to keep your wits about you.
Right.
Being bombed in the green zone every day.
Damn right.
Not knowing who and where the enemy is because of the guerrilla warfare. Sucking in dust and sand every day, which you're not used to.
Right.
So many conditions you have to turn around and try to get wrecked. And then for a female on top of that, you understand, you know what they got to go through and what they got to battle and what they got to keep up off of them. They got to be vicious up in them ranks to let them dudes know, if you raise up the wrong way, I will put you down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So with all that on top, that's nothing but hell and pressure that they put on them soldiers going into Iraq just to steal that oil. And they got that oil, and now they ready to rebuild it back. You ain't hearing nothing about Iraq. Iraq ain't settled yet. If it was settled, there'd be troops in there. There'd be no more troops in there.
Right.
You would already know. They'd be like, oh yeah, ain't no more troops in here. But there are more troops in there. Up there with me 1 second.
No sweat, John.
But they got plenty of troops in there. Why? Because they still in there fighting. They still in there battling. They still scrimmaging over different areas. They still dealing with sabotage. So lucky, yo.
Nah, ain't no sweat, John.
You know, man. They still dealing with that. Oh, bad, my camera's acting way up. Y'all gotta give me a second.
Ain't no sweat.
There we go. Here we go. Here we go. The what? Let me get a little bit. Yeah. Can you get me? Let me see.
Yeah, we get you, sir.
Oh, yeah. Okay, the water. You understand? So they going in theater. The whole point was to slow down the Latino population, but to not rebel against them. This whole we going in there to stop cartels,
Right?
Please. Only now the United States. Oh, go ahead. You was gonna say something, Salaki, Cat?
No, I was just laughing. Just go ahead. I was just laughing. Man.
Like only now, Salaki, damn. Only now is the United States interested in supposedly stopping drugs. We just talked about it. Washington, D.C. was damn near on full lockdown.
Right.
And not a single bag of dope got stopped.
Come on, General.
Not a $5 bag of weed, man. Was able to be poor military soldiers.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Poor soldiers couldn't stop a nickel bag of weed in Washington, D.C.
Right.
It was such a horrific place. They had to send 800 troops, and not a nickel bag gets free. Gets stopped. Simply because they wasn't trying to stop the drugs, and they still not trying to stop the drugs. Let's see now if Donald Trump's plan shuts down all the dope in the United States.
Right.
Oh, I can't wait to see it. Let's see if now everybody start running around the U.S. saying, man, we can't get no drugs. We can't get no drugs. Let's see if that actually becomes a reality.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's check it out. I doubt it.
Right.
So they're staging off of Bolivia, and they're staging off of Venezuela. Venezuela's been a big proponent against the United States.
Come on.
And they got oil. They got oil in Venezuela, and a lot of it. And he's been trying to nationalize and take over that oil and bring it up under them for the longest. And something else that Mexico is doing, we talked about this earlier, Kat.
Mm-hmm.
Mexico is creating its own Panama Canal without cutting the land.
Mm.
So you're going to be able to bring your goods down to, what's the name of the area? Quatara or something like that in Mexico. I forget the name of it. It's right near the border, the southern border of Mexico. It's the thinnest area on the Mexican side.
Okay.
Not that far from the Panama Canal. I'd have to pull up a map to get it for you.
Okay.
But that part of the country, the Mexicans are going to now, you're going to be able to pull up with your ships. The Mexicans are going to unload the ships and transport it across land.
Right.
To the other side. And then they're going to put them back on ships and keep them moving, which means they're going to cut in to the Panama Canal's money and the power that the U.S. has had by having the Panama Canal.
Right.
Which means it's going to create, all of this are the nations and our tribes as well, realizing that there's an opportunity possibly here. And the opportunity is for them to get into the BRICS. For them to get on a different economy where they can now not be crushed by the hand of the United States.
Right.
You know the resources coming out of these countries, man. You know the resources coming out of them. You know how much resources right now is in these countries. Every fruit and vegetable you ever ate, part of them came from Mexico.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All your flour and all that. Even though they came from other parts of the world, damn near every one of them partially are funded by getting them from Mexico. And not to mention the labor. Why do you think the Mexicans been able to come to America and automatically know how to farm?
Right.
Because they're the ones farming in those countries. Like our people have done the same slavery that we did in Egypt. If somebody can pull up a picture of us enslaved in Egypt, because it is I'm saying in the fields, what they pulled off of those tombs. because it's exactly what our Latino brothers have been doing in America for the last 200, 300 years. Probably longer than that. And these countries might look like they've been free. They might have one of the tribes as presidents, but these countries are not free.
Right.
These countries is part of the same slavery you and I have been part of. Black people walking around in America thinking we've been freed from slavery. We ain't been freed from slavery. Slavery is going on and, you know, in full swing.
That's right.
They just learn how to control you in a different way. Just like they do a horse. When they do a horse, they either, you know, remove his genitals with force, or they give him a drug. And that's all they did to us.
Right.
They used to chain us up, which was the equivalent to cutting you for castration. Now they just give you the chemicals. Have our sons getting high, destroy our sisters' minds with everything they could possibly think of. So we still castrated from being a nation.
That's right.
But now is the end. And we see how desperate he was. That's where the desperation was on what's going on in Central and South America. Now, the question is, will he succeed? Because Venezuela spun up, between Venezuela and Bolivia, they spun up 4 million troops ready for war.
They getting ready, General.
I mean, it looks that way. We can never tell. The ultimate will be crisis return.
That's right.
But they're spinning up those soldiers, but who knows who's running them soldiers? You know what I'm saying? Esau is all in the midst of these countries. So we won't know until it totally unfolds on the streets, whether or not this was a real defiance of the great white man and their leader, Mr. Mango Man, or if this was just another demonstration of joking around when it comes to coming up against him. You know, we soon to see. But they are getting it on. That's for sure. And Russia obviously is not listening to Trump at all, because he just went and bombed Ukraine and blew up a U.S. factory. And he already warned the U.S. that you pretty much pushing me to the brink of nuclear war. You putting all your weapons in here, it's the same. If you use those weapons in Ukraine to fire into Russia, it's like a declaration of war. So we're going to see how far they're going to push him. You know what I mean? And at the same time, North Korea re-condemned Netanyahu, the head of Israel, and told the world, put it out to the world, that we need to bring this cat, we need to lock him up and bring him to the Hague. He said, y'all demonize me all over the world when I ain't attacked nobody.
Right.
He said, but this cat here exterminating people, he done bombed 6 countries in the last year, and you ain't said nothing to him.
Exactly.
We'll show you how Esau controls the narrative. I yield, Salaki.
Nah, no sweat. Give it up for the general again.
Right.
General, the brother got a question.
Yeah, question for the general.
Please hit me.
Salaki, sir. So like, of course, we looking at World War III and how strong it's moving. You know what I'm saying? Of course, if you're in the UPK, you don't have the proper breakdown, so you don't know what's going on. But for us, we do know what's going on. How do we move this to our kids, like to our children, to know, or to say, hey, look, everything we've been teaching you, this is starting to happen. You know what I'm saying, or whatever the case may be.
Well, depending on your children, let me just say this first. Everybody should all keep in mind that the more aggressive that you see the Edomites act in this time, just remember it is because their time is short. And they moving in a semi-panic. You're looking at a panicked people. You looking at a panicked people that would like everybody to think they still got control when the world is about to descend in chaos. Now, depending on your children, everything is not for everybody. So your children, if they're real small children, right, there's really no need to expose them to all of that. Other than, you know, wars breaking out in different parts of the world. Right. You know what I mean? Like if they too small. But if they come up to, you know, small children, but children that can really understand what's going on, then it's time to, yes, show them that this is the biblical prophecy, show them how the Bible is so true and that these things are happening. And most importantly, show them the scriptures where Christ says, see that you be not troubled.
Damn right.
And make sure your children see that you are not troubled.
Right. Damn right.
Don't you be in the house in a panic like, oh my God, every time a news story come on, because you're going to frighten the family.
Damn right.
So you just let them know this is what's happening. This is what's next. Even the things that you might be doing that they have to participate in, you know what I mean? As far as like storing up food or whatever you decide to do, you explain them why you're doing it, and this is for the future. Damn, you know what I mean? And everybody should be teaching their children how to use weapons for safety and security in the house. Those lights go out, brother. Everybody doesn't say, "Oh, wow, it's danger. Let's go in the house and close the doors." Some people go out because the lights are out.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's their opportunity. You know what I mean? You know, they be hoping the radio's shut down.
Damn right.
In the kingdom. They look forward to those days of tragedy. So the ones that step up to our zone like that, you know what I mean, should give you caution to prepare yourselves. You know, basic preparations within the legal system that allow you to defend your home and so forth and so on. And that's it. You don't need to take it. They don't need every detail. You don't need to take it there, but give them biblical prophecies. Let them know that these scriptures are coming to pass and everything that you ever told them about us being the chosen people and about God returning, and let them look at it as a rejoiceful moment. You know what I'm saying? Like I look at all this, like me and Mal Quad, we on the phone every day. He probably gonna get fired on that job. Me calling him all the damn
time. They show brought it up too. The supervisor show brought it up, Jenna.
Oh Lord, I better stop calling. Goddamn. No, Rob gonna say this nigga done got you fired. You know what I'm saying? Like we get on the phone and bust it up all day because to us this is the greatest football game. This is the game of the century.
Damn right.
This game right here.
That's it.
You know what I mean? And who gonna come out on top? Who gonna come out on bottom? What part your Howard Shai gonna play? How are they fitting into the prophecies? Every last bit of it is extremely interesting to us because this is our promised future for obeying the Lord.
Damn right.
And we did that. We stopped eating pork, shrimp, lobster. We stopped that. We stopped committing adultery. We stopped robbing. We stopped stealing. We stopped taking drugs. We stopped these things and taught men also. We cherished the scriptures. We obeyed the scriptures. We stood on the scriptures. We looked at the Lord's way as not grievous.
Damn right.
In our sight.
That's right.
And because of all those things, the Lord made promises. Says ain't nothing but a deal, a good deal.
That's right.
You hook me up, I'll hook you up. And we're sticking with him because we also want the deal. We want the kingdom of heaven.
That's right.
We want the Edomites to be in the position we've been in for 400 years.
Damn right.
We want them to be in that position so they can see what they did. And they can stop harming around the world like the Lord wanted them to.
Damn right.
We ain't just, on some religious crusade. We're looking to see what the Lord promised us.
That's
Go ahead,
right.
Cat. You gonna say something on it, Salah?
No, I was just, if I may, John, I was gonna have you read the scripture that you just called about be not troubled, if you ain't mind.
Please.
Go ahead, read that. I will on. Come on. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 7. Read the meat, though. You got it? You know what the meat at on there? It's like verse 6. Yeah. Verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
That's what we hearing now. Go ahead.
See that ye be not troubled.
Oh, that's so important. It's so important. You know, think about this if I could for a second. We've been in this country 400 years. We've suffered for 400 years.
That's right.
If a change is coming in the earth, it can't be bad for us.
Right.
I mean, goddamn.
Right.
We done suffered every evil thing, and they trying to make us suffer it again.
That's right.
So surely what's coming to pass next has got to be for our good. Salakia.
Damn right. I just want to say that what you're saying so heavy, like Christ is saying, just if I could expound on your point, General, Christ is saying, be not troubled, because the things that's coming in the earth is about to make a lot of people troubled. You know, what I'm saying? Like when you get to hearing about these different wars in the earth right now, you hearing the rumors of wars, but eventually they going to war. The white man don't make weapons and don't plan on using these weapons. He's going to use these weapons to try to conquer the earth. And of course, General, what you've been teaching us since we've been in the school, we not troubled by the things that we seeing coming, because you've been teaching us that these things was coming, which is what a prophet of the Lord does, and why a prophet of the Lord is important, because of the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that you have given brothers and sisters in the ISUBK. But for those of the brothers and sisters that's not in the ISUBK, they gonna get me right on this, General. They gonna get shook up by the race wars, and by the wars, and then the different turmoils that's gonna take place here in America while these wars are going on at the same time. If you can get me right on that part, General.
Listen, you are absolutely 110% right. First of all, since Donald Trump has taken office in the Black and Latino community, there has been an uptick in mental distress, in people seeking psychologists and so forth because of what's going on. There's also been an uptick in mental disorders. People are talking crazy since this time. Right. What you about to see is an uptick also in emotional violence.
Damn.
Violence just out of the emotions and stress and duress that people are going through, Blacks and Latinos in particular. But that distress is on these other nations too. Exactly. These Arabs, you go look in the eyes of these Arabs next time you walk in their store. They very quiet. They ain't speaking, they ain't talking. They just coming to work every day.
Right.
Distress. Same with the East Indians. Same with the other nations. They under distress, and things are going to spiral in many of these cases. That's the scriptures say this, and I'll get back to Iwalam. The scriptures say this, that this child, talking about Yahushua, is for the rise and fall of many in Israel, and there shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. As Christ getting closer to coming back, brother, Israel, all these black leaders gonna fall. All of them.
That's right.
As their histories of their organizations come out, as the histories of what they did that was supposed to be for us but was really against us, their histories of being sellouts and their philosophies that came along with it, you understand, like Martin Luther King and others, which we're going to bring out on Sunday. I hope everybody joins us this Sunday. Because this Sunday, man, we're going to get into the 60s. You hear me? We're going to start off early. I be done had some sleep too. I can't wait to jump in there Sunday and get it on. All of that's going to be exposed, and many of them are going to fall. And many of you who was in the hood and came into the truth didn't know you was a prophet of God. Didn't you know you was mighty before the Lord? You understand? They scared of you right now. And you haven't even done anything to them. And they scared of you. They watching you and got surveillance and got your phone all wired up. And you pouring in the ghetto because they know the potential. It's why that Israeli official said the biggest threat was the young black man. They know your potential.
Damn right.
They know your ability to motivate. They know your resilience, your ability to not quit. You understand? Is why you rose the UPK up.
Damn right.
UPK was born in the mud. You hear me?
Damn right, John. Damn right.
The UPK was in the mud. And tough ass cats came up and grabbed hold of it and ran with it, and now y'all grabbing hold of it.
Damn right.
And they know the potential and they fear the potential. They're not scared of no drug dealer. They bringing the drugs in. All they got to do is say, leave the shipment at the airport. That nigga's out of business. They're not worried about him. They worried about you, because your mind is clear. J. Edgar Hoover said the greatest threat to America was the Black Panthers organizing a breakfast for children in the schools.
Right.
Their breakfast. Remember, they didn't go after them when they got the guns. They didn't go after them when they was marching.
Right.
They didn't go after them when they declared the 10 things a black man should do.
Yeah.
They didn't go after them when they put on black leather peacoats, dark sunglasses, and tams. They didn't bother them too much with all that. They surveilled them and got in the midst of their business. But when they really went to destroy them, when they went to kick in their doors and shoot them dead and murder them, was when they organized a school breakfast program for little poor black kids.
Right.
That was J. Edgar Hoover's greatest threat to America. You feed niggas and you the greatest threat to America.
Right. Right.
Because you feed these people. You understand? That's your potential. That's the potential of you. They can't even let you have the free will to feed your people. Why they got the supermarket like it is. That's why they got you scrambling the same wages on a job. That's why they do what they do. That's the real threat. But brother, this is the end. This is the end. And we're going to suffer sometimes like any birth.
Damn right.
Any birth that you have, if a woman have a regular birth, 99.9% of the time, brother, she go through the worst pains right before that baby come forth.
Come on.
But they put her in that chair and in them stirrups. That's when she going through it the most. And that's when that baby come forth and life begins. And that's the fate and the future of blacks and Latinos in this earth. Your future and your damn right. So I didn't mean to run on, but that's what they said about Christ. So let's go on, I will Salakia.
Come. For all these things must come to pass.
This got to come to pass. Go ahead.
But the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation.
We're gonna see these nations rise. They got to rise even more. They got to rise even more. Go ahead.
And kingdom against kingdom.
Come on.
And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes and diverse places.
And let me tell you something, Mark. I'm gonna come right back to you. Let me tell you something, Mark. This is why a preacher is the most disgusting thing on earth. You reading in the book of Matthew, am I right?
Come.
You late in the book of Matthew, like the 24th, 23rd chapter, am I right?
Come, 24.
You in the 24th chapter of Matthew, in the late, that's the first book about Christ. Am I right?
Come.
Yes, it's the first book in the New Testament. It starts with his pedigree on who he is.
Damn right, book of Matthew.
That's how important that book of Matthew is.
That's right.
Now explain to me why a preacher didn't hear this part. Tell me that, read that part again, but I will tell me the part after he said you will hear wars and rumors of wars. Don't read that. Read after that. And tell me why a preacher ain't never understood this. That's why a man that had the Bible in his church did never understand this. Go ahead.
See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass.
What's coming to pass? Go ahead.
But the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation.
You supposed to know ahead of time these nations will rise against nations. Haven't we been saying this, man?
Damn right.
Since 1969.
That's right.
Nations shall rise against nations, man. Go ahead.
And kingdom against kingdom.
Go ahead.
And there shall be famines.
Now, this is why a preacher is a waste of time and a piece of garbage. God said it would be a famine. What the hell are you looking for? God gonna bless you with a house, a car, give $100, give $500. Your blessing waiting for you, not according to the Lord, not according to Christ. According to Christ, you should be preparing for famine. But instead, they teach us, they anesthetize us, man. That Christian preacher is a dope. He's a dope fiend and a supplier of dope.
Right.
Because that religion is nothing but a narcotic on our back.
Damn right.
Like you supposed to know, he's supposed to have been telling us since back in the 50s, gonna be famine in the earth. Don't rely on your slave master. He gonna be caught up into wars. Prepare yourself to be strong because Christ is gonna return. Give me some more, I will love.
Come. And pestilences and earthquakes.
They were shocked during the COVID-19. COVID-19 came out. They went to the preachers and asked the preachers, why didn't y'all tell us? I thought y'all had the power to heal. Why didn't y'all heal us from the COVID-19? Rotten bastards didn't even have an answer for them.
Right.
Shut the doors of the church. And said, go home, the COVID. Didn't help nobody.
Right.
Rotten. Slimy Negroes, man. And most of them are homosexuals because you got to be a homosexual. You got to be in an extreme feminine, selfish spirit. You got to be in an extreme. You ever see a woman that's just a selfish woman, only care about what she wearing, how she look, what you doing for her? You got some of these women that come online and say, you want to go out with me, but what you got? What you gonna do for me?
Right.
Like you got, like there's a woman that goes into that extreme spirit. That's your preacher, man. That's why he gravitates to the femininity. He gravitates to the femininity because he wants fame so bad.
Right.
He gravitates to the femininity because he want to be seen and shined on and a celebrity and the money that comes with it. He wants that world, and that's a gay ass world.
Damn right, John.
And he wants that world. And that's why he gravitates into that spirit. And in that spirit is extreme selfishness.
Right.
And entertainers are extremely selfish. Comedians, you hear Bernie Mac and them complaining about don't say your jokes in front of another comedian. Right. Don't talk about your jokes because they'll steal it. You hear actors and actresses beefing, especially in the rap game. Why? That's an effeminate spirit. And you got to have that spirit to turn against your brother. And them churches got that spirit. That's why they got extreme selfishness while being a performer.
Right.
They cares nothing about the people, man. And that's why God gonna raise up prophets, man. Like the scripture said, you're gonna see your teachers. Your teachers gonna be right where you need to see them so you can know what to do. Because all of them up there, oh man, I can't wait till Sunday. I can't, my quad, I'm gonna shut down in a minute. Because if I boy, y'all need to come out Sunday, man. You're gonna get it on.
If I may, Journal, just what we're gonna go into Sunday is the the black leadership, and how they pretty much put us on this path of destruction. Like we don't understand as a people how it's almost like understanding how important a coach is of a team. Like, and we don't understand how important it is to have the proper leadership, and that by us going to these different religions that are the gods of other people, it pretty much, we would never be able to win anything, if our leaders continue to try to join us toward people that obviously hate us. Like the Lord, if the Lord was really with us in the Christian church and was really with us joining with white people, then America would be a beautiful place.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? It would be a place of love and harmony, and we wouldn't be getting tossed out the car and hung. It's 2025 and we still talking about brothers being lynched. It's like damn near like with these truck things, it's like another Red Summer damn near. You know what I'm saying? Where they lynched 3,000 some brothers now. They want to go back to that, but like you said at the beginning, Jonah, it's because of the victim mentality. And anytime you got preachers sitting in the church, you know what I'm saying, telling you to join the oppressor you when he beating you, then he's only going to continue to beat you because he like, here I am beating this man, and he ain't trying to fight me back, which makes him want to beat you more. You see what I'm saying? Like the other nations, they ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying, allow America to beat them. They go to war with America, like you said, General. They end up signing peace treaties with these nations and you know what I mean, striking deals with them because they go to war with them. And what we don't understand is Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian men, now more time than ever, you need a brotherhood.
That's
but
right.
most importantly, now time than ever, you need leadership. You know what I'm saying? Like, and listen, now's the time you need a leader like Commanding General. That's why he called it. Why the hell you think his name is Commanding General?
Right.
You understand? Because of Black and Hispanic men, we need a military of our own. You know what I'm saying? Like boy childs are born to be warriors, man, not born to be homosexuals, not born to be basketball players and football. We're not supposed to be born to do what the white man want us to do. We born to do what the Lord want us to do. That's why the Lord said the flock of his pasture are men.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? You walk up in the IHBK school, you know what you're going to see in the majority of them schools? Men.
That's
a lot
right.
of sisters come in there and say, well, damn, where the women at?
Right.
They at home. Because this war of fixing Black people is our job. You know what I'm saying? Thanks to you, Commander Jenny Hanna, you didn't raise up generals, you didn't raise up captains, raised up officers, troopers, and sisters that's willing to go now and do the job. You know what I mean? So thank you, General, you know what I mean, for everything you did.
Only through your Howard Shire we do. Only through your Howard Shire we do anything. You know what I'm saying?
Damn right, bro.
That's the only way we get to, you know, to first base is by following after him. And let me tell you something too, man. It's so heavy what you just brought out that we need the right leadership and we got to be followed. Listen, other nations got politicians. Other nations got gurus. Other nations got all kinds of bead carrying, trinket wearing, drum beating kinds of religions and leaders and political systems. The children of Israel, Blacks, Latino, and Native Indians, we are a people that are always led by the men of God. We always, even if the men of God are evil, wicked, corrupt bastards, we still follow them. It's natural for us to still go to the preacher, to still go to the church, even though most of us know he's a wicked, greedy, money-grubbing bastard. But we still go to him. Why? Because it's the nature of who we are. It's our people were made to serve the Lord. And when we get into that situation, we turn to the men of God. Now, here's the problem. The men of God got to be right with God. They got to be right with the Lord. And the problem is right now, the leadership we got is not right with the Lord. These are the enemies of the children of Israel. And let me add something else too.
Please.
That's been gutted out of us because of these leaders. Like America could go through a good time. America could go through a bad time. But whatever America goes through has nothing to do with us taking care of ourselves. Like the only reason America's up and down affects us is because we are subject to it because we don't care for ourselves. If we cared for ourselves, we would deal with whatever nation, America, whoever, that came up against us to harm us. We would do what it took for us to take care of ourselves, to protect ourselves, to make sure our nation continues to grow, whether theirs rise or fall or not.
That's right.
We would be making sure we rise regardless, but we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Damn
That's
right. Damn right. Give it up.
Real quick.
Officer Yara Down wanted to say something, General. Go ahead, brother.
Please.
If I could, General, we mentioned earlier about the situation with the New York cookout, you know what I'm saying, and the brother. I just wanted to ask, you know what I'm saying, like if you can give us some
What situation?
as far as like the panel that you were supposed to have, sir. So like,
Yeah,
we could get just a little inside intel from you about what happened with that.
yeah. Well, the brothers that was called to the panel from all the religions declined to come to the panel. The panel discussion has been canceled. We now going to just do what we do best, which is we're going to come together in New York and hold a full-fledged rally, probably in Times Square, but it may also be in Washington Square Park. I think the brothers in New York are deciding right now. But all the brothers, every last one of them, and you right to bring that up, Yaradon, because it should be exposed.
Damn right.
I mean, you every last one of them was called for us to have an open panel discussion and allow them to bring their thoughts and ideas as well and lay it on the table and see what it is that the Lord is showing us that we as a people should do right.
That's right.
But they pulled out. Every one of the Muslims, 5%ers, several Christian preachers, a bunch of different religions, and they all withdrew from coming up into the zone. So, you know what I mean? We just said, hey, we got to go at it ourselves until now. Not every one of them. That's not true. Brothers from the Brown Berets, they did not back down. They were coming. They were flying in from New York, all the way from the West Coast. They was bringing their chapters all the way from Milwaukee.
Damn right.
From Milwaukee. Big shout out to Captain DeBar Moff. All the way from Milwaukee, all the way to New York. They was gonna let all their chapters come up, but it was only them and us, and maybe one other person, and the rest of the panel they didn't hold. But I give them a minute because it'll get bad enough out there where they're gonna be forced to have to speak up.
That's right.
To have to show their wares in terms of what it is that they were made of in this time of trouble. Now is not the time to try to save your life. Christ said this: he that try to save his life shall lose it.
Dang.
He that lose his life for my sake shall gain it. And
Damn
that's
right.
what we got to do with Yahweh Shah now. You got to remember what he did for you. Dragged you out of that slime pit from the devil and gave you your life back. Breathed the breath of life into you, and them bones lived, man. You lived again. You got off drugs, built your family. You would never know, brothers in the UPK, where they came from. Like some of y'all, I don't be knowing where you came from, but you be like a prince in this truth. And then all of a sudden you show an old photo of you and your gangbanging brothers. And brother, I see y'all and say, well, I'll be damned. Was I standing next to this guy at camp? I was standing next to this guy at camp. And these guys here look like they got more bodies on them than a little bit. You know what I mean? Some of you brothers, man, have been to prison, and I can never tell you've been to prison.
Right.
Because you came in the truth and completely cleaned yourself up and made you a brand new man. But show you that that's the whole point. They talking that bullshit in church about the Holy Spirit and be filled with the Holy Spirit and all that. Brother, you get renewed by coming into this truth. By learning these things the Lord said and getting cleaned by the hand of the Most High. And then you don't need nobody. You don't got to prove to nobody that you are a righteous man anymore. Right, that's the beauty of the truth. You come in the truth, you learn these scriptures, you learn the way the Lord said to be. Once you carry that spirit out, then can't nobody come tell you no more. Christians have been belittling black men for decades. They have been humiliating them, shaming them, making them a second-class citizen behind their own wife. You understand? In these churches, using the scriptures to do it. And meanwhile, never teaching anybody the scriptures. Preaching every Sunday ain't teaching nobody nothing about them scriptures. You got 1,000 metaphorical stories that you claim come from the scriptures when you lying about them, because all of the stories lead to money and sex. That's all you talking about in the church.
Right.
And so when black men wake up, come in the truth, start to read and learn and grow again, And they realized for themselves, what was I being a sucker for when I could have got up into the ranks of the UPK and been a real man of God, a real officer, have real responsibility, have real goals in my city on what to do to help my people, not talking garbage every Sunday.
Right.
Not feel good talk, not dress up talk, but real hard on the ground work. And them brothers become a man and transform, like the scripture said. They get transformed by the renewing of their mind. Why? Because they've been re-educated in this truth.
Damn right.
That's the UPK, brother.
General, I guess them the mother cats was looking at you like you was Debo, General. For some reason, I'm having a vision of you riding up on the bike like Debo, and them cats and them other religions was like, we ought to hit Debo. Debo. General, you know they always accuse us of gangbanging in the eyes.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
When we ain't meant no harm. We was just opening the floor to work with them so we can try and, actually put them on the stage and show whether they was about something or whether they was not about something. It wasn't a debate.
Right.
This was not a debate. This was a discussion. This was a town hall meeting.
That's it.
You understand? So this was not a debate. You know what I mean? But lo and behold, the UPK was going to put down their opinion, and which is not really an opinion, which comes from the scriptures. And they were going to stand on business about these scriptures, just like we have always done, and expect them to stand on business and show what they were made of. And we would have had to, and of course, we believe we would have shown everybody that they were not going the way that maybe that's what they thought of. I don't know. You know, man, but I hope the day come where they get the courage to stand on it or give it up. If you can't stand on it, give it up.
Damn right.
Where we going?
Don't say you standing on business and then when your back gets to the wall, you ain't ready to do it. You got to do it. You know what I mean? You got to be ready to do it. And so I don't know. I don't want to accuse them of nothing. I don't know what their reasoning was behind it. You know what I mean? The climate with Trump could be pretty intimidating if you're not, you know what I mean? If you're not used to it, you know.
It's lucky we lost the general, sir. Colonel McCon, sir. Colonel McCon. General froze.
Did y'all get it? You got me back?
Yeah, we got Colonel McCon, sir.
Okay, yeah, we froze for a second. So, yeah, go ahead, Cap. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna have the brother read a comment of the super chat. Maya, can you read the comment?
I got it. Oh,
you got it.
Colonel McCon, sir.
Please read the super chat.
This is from Officer 1000 Kazawan Yahawada. He said, "What Commanding General Yahana is bringing out is so heavy and detrimental to our survival as Black and brown people. Big ups to the Round Table of Truth for this platform, bringing out this wisdom."
Most sign crack. Give it up.
The water for the super chat, brother.
Man, right. It's beautiful. You know what I mean? So go ahead, Cap. I can barely hear you. Your mic is low.
Oh, his mic. Oh, your mic went off. Sir. There you go. It's on. No. Okay.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, you clear now. You loud now.
It's going out.
It's dying.
No?
Yeah, I'm good now. Can you hear me now, General?
I can hear you now. I hear you loud and clear.
If I could have a brother read the scripture, General.
Please.
Khan Wakan. This is the book of Acts, chapter 3 and verse 25. Ye are the children of the prophets.
We are the what?
Ye are the children of the prophets.
Now, you had mentioned this earlier, General, about us being the children of the prophets. And I just wanted to highlight, you know what I mean, what you said by bringing out this scripture, because our identity is found in the records of this Bible, man. For so long, you know what I mean, the white man and these different religions have been the authority of the Bible. And as we just seen with Captain Tazariak, how he crushed that Edomite out there, you know what I'm saying, in New York, you know what I mean? It's really the Lord. Damn right. Big shout out to Captain Tazariak.
That's right.
It's really the Lord showing that ISUBK, we now the authority over the Bible, man.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? And now the people can get fixed, you know what I'm saying, that way they need to be, because we are the children of the prophets. Prophets, make no mistake. They didn't try to give us every identity, but the identity of who we are.
Right.
Like, what people on earth got more flavor and power and influence than Black, Hispanics, and Native American Indians?
That's right.
But with that power and influence, still don't have an identity.
Right.
With all that power and influence that we have, and talent and ability and all that, we still don't have an identity. Keep reading now.
Wakan.
Please.
And of the covenant which the Most High made with our fathers.
And of the what?
And of the covenant which the Most High made with our fathers.
With our who?
With our fathers.
With our forefathers, man. Our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You know what I'm saying? The greatest men, you know what I'm saying, other than Christ that walked the face of the earth. Christ, the greatest, of course, of all. But we come from the children of the prophets. Those men that was written of in the Bible are our people, man. And these people didn't try to steal our identity from us, which now, because of Commander General Hannah and the ISBK, we are now coming back to who we are.
That's right.
And the prophets of the Lord are the ones going to be the ones that help get us up out of this hell. I just wanted to bring that out.
Damn right, sir.
Damn right. It have always been, our secret weapon has always been throughout, for the last 5,000 years, have been the prophets. That's our secret weapon when we down and out. They the ones that open up a communication line with the Most High and gain the instructions on what we are to do next. And there'll be no different in this time as well. Salaka, I yield.
Damn right.
Damn
General,
right.
we got any videos, anything that you want to go over, General?
I did want to pull up that picture, that picture that we were talking about Egypt and us working in Egypt.
Okay, y'all got
I wanted to compare it to the brothers that worked in the field in these countries for so long, that fed this slave master only to be hated by it.
That's right.
You see it, General?
I cannot see it. I do see it now, yes. Can you make it bigger? Yeah. There it is. That's Blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians right there. That's us in Egypt farming and doing, and listen, and we created all those farming tools. You go back and read in those records of the Egyptians, it was us that created the farming. Like, we revolutionized their farming.
Right.
And that was our brothers that did that, man.
Damn right.
And you see, just like in America, you see how they shave their head or put something over their head to make it to cover up their hair. That was the Egyptians having us shave our beards and take away our identity.
Just
which
like
is America does
right
the
there.
same thing. It's not gonna cut you off. America does the same thing. You go get a high-tech job, first thing they want you to do is shave your beard.
Oh, right. Wait, Wakan.
Next, they don't want you coming in with braids. And we so used to it now that we don't even question it. Like, what does my beard and my braids have to do with me doing my job on a computer?
Right.
The computer don't, my hair and braids don't get in the way. I'm using my fingers.
Right.
So why would I have to cut those off just to work on this computer job? Because there's a man on the earth that does not like looking at you.
That's right.
In your native culture. So he pushes forward for you to cut that culture off.
Good night.
He wants you. That's why they so into these robots and all this AI bullshit. Because why? They love a being with no feelings. They want a being that has no feelings. In a minute, watch these white boys buy up these robots.
Right.
They making subtle plastic vaginas on these robots. And he's sitting there with top engineers sitting there trying to work out that vagina with the best rubber possible. And the prices is looking low, $2,500, $3,000. You're gonna be able to scoop you one of them robots. She gonna walk right alongside you like she's your woman.
Man, that's hardcore, General. I'm gonna just take the option of dropping some game on one of these badass Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians instead of going to pay 3 Gs for a damn robot.
I ain't trading E for nothing.
Right.
Some of y'all, some of them cats out there, some of them Edomites, it's gonna be their worst nightmare, because you're gonna be hitting that robot, and the motherfucker gonna turn on your ass. They're gonna see you as an enemy. Like the rape code's gonna kick in. You are being raped. And the robot gonna throw your ass out the goddamn window, man. Throw your ass off the terrace or whatever deviant thing you're doing.
That's right.
You know, man, because that's what you like. You want to beat the spirit out of the world. Right. And you want the world to just be robots to serve you because you can't ever get enough. This man can't, you could feel him, the world. Look how rich America is. Right. Richest country on the world, you still can't satisfy. It's still too much. He couldn't give the nations a crumb. And now they done set up the Brexit because you yoking them to death and you can't even see it. And you starved us for death. We built a country for 400 years to work for $15 an hour and barely be able to pay our rent. Right. Imagine that. Right. We are people that worked and built this country, came up with inventions. That's why I came, like, they got that new movie out with them. It's not that new, but that movie with them sisters who was in the military. Y'all know the movie?
Hidden Figure.
Something 8, huh?
No, no. You talking about
the Something 8. It's got
like a pilot movie or something.
Oh, Colonel Khan. What was it called?
Where she's some type of military, they like some type of military group. And they went and helped these people fight. I don't watch none of the movies, man. Me, myself, I'm not telling nobody else not to watch it. You should watch it because it's good, interesting history on what we did in the earth. But I can't stand watching them. The reason I can't stand watching them is because all it just reminds me of is how much they stole from us, how loyal we were, how down we've been with this empire. And that Mango Man wants to wipe our history out in the African American Museum, seeing everything we did for them. They said in World War II, them brothers painted that red on their tails out, and they scared the Germans to death. They never lost no brothers out there, man. Maybe they did a couple or whatever, but nowhere near those white groups, man.
Right.
And that's why I'm coming back to you. That's why it breaks my heart every time I hear about the stories of, these groups of brothers that joined this military. And that's also why that video that General Muhammad made with that white girl and how we fought in all their wars, and they are ruthless when it comes to us. So, like, I yield.
No, so I just wanted to say the movie was called The 6888.
That's it. I still haven't seen it. When the ad comes up on my screen all the time, and I'm like, I just can't watch it. I can't watch another set of loyal, like that movie that Cuba Gooding was in, where he was a Navy diver.
Oh yeah,
lost his goddamn leg to this Edomite, and he still went back and tried to become a diver.
Right.
Like, we've done so much. We have sweated and bled so much for these people, so much for their kingdom. Like, you cannot work harder. That's why, brother, every black man, everybody should take a small mini YouTube course on narcissism, because they all studying narcissism and people calling each other narcissists. You ain't seen a narcissist until you understand the collective mind of a white man.
That's right.
No matter what you do for him, he will never be satisfied.
Right.
You will never be his friend. He will never, ever, ever, as a people, love you and your people and your culture. Ever. It will never happen. The Lord said it wouldn't happen. The Lord said you'd be separated from the womb. The Lord said he would be a different nation, and he was not lying. This is a man that you could never join. Salakia. And that's why I hate those movies like that. My bad. I yield.
No, I ain't no sweat. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up.
Damn right.
Well, listen, gentlemen, we appreciate you joining us tonight here on the Round Table of Truth. Of course, we're gonna be right back.
Pleasure.
We're gonna be right back Sunday. What time we say? 11 a.m. Yeah, 11 a.m. On Sunday Central, which is 12 your time, General. We're gonna come back and be going over the whole civil rights movement. We encourage everybody to please join us Sunday, the Round Table of Truth. We right back. You know what I mean? In 2 days.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? We're gonna get it on. So we're gonna go ahead and give Commander General Hannah a salute. We appreciate you coming on, General. Again,
I appreciate being on Off the Water very much. I appreciate it, Warriors.
Damn right. Alawakun ya. Rock.
Yabashima Shabraka Thumb to what I.
Damn right. So listen, man, we appreciate everybody joining us tonight. Please join us Sunday. We're gonna get it in. Like always, man, I want to give it up to my amazing host for rocking it out with me, Officer Lamakiala. Any announcements?
Come on. Like always, go like, follow, share all Round Table of Truth, Real Nigga University social media pages. You understand? We will be, of course. I want to make sure, of course, we will be having the Come Out Quad set, exclusive Round Table of Truth episode from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. or until, you understand, with Commander Johanna in the crowd as well on Sunday. Also, Come Out Quad will be holding another exclusive interview with All the Facts podcast at 7 p.m. You understand? This coming Sunday, that later on that night. You understand? Also, do not forget that the ISPK Harlem headquarters, you understand, will be having a cookout or they weekend from August 29th through the 31st.
That's right.
Make sure to go shout out Commander Johanna and give some love to Captain Tazariak as well. You understand? So that's all I have right now, Cap.
Man, and listen, ISBK Chicago, we will be in the building for the New York cookout. You know what I mean? So come show your support. You know what I mean? We're gonna have then we're gonna be a vendor at the cookout itself with our Round Table Truth stuff. So man, come say what's up, man. Come to New York, come join the cookout, man. Come join this brotherhood and sisterhood, man. See how we get down for the cookout.
Right.
Yeah, all right.
That's right.
Also want to give it up to Officer Yaradan. Give him a hand. Plug what you need to plug, priest.
Kind of what come. First off, all times, you know what I'm saying, to pay your tithes to the ISUPK.com, the true priests and prophets of the Most High.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Also, if you're looking for any merch, come to diversitymall.com. You know what I'm saying? Diversitymall.com.
So, man, right, give it up. Give it up.
Right.
Man. Also want to give it up to my co-host, Iwalum Gabag. You understand the announcement?
Yeah, come on, sir, if I could. Next Thursday, Officer Karyash and another brother will be holding down the war report. Myself, I'll be in New York, so the brother will be holding down. Make sure y'all tune in. It's some things going on in the world that's not heavily broadcasted in the media or just readily available for people to see. But you know, World War III is definitely heating up. So brothers and sisters, make sure y'all tune in next Thursday to the war report.
I'm right.
Give it up. Give it up. I also want to give it up to my amazing co-host, Mayad. Any announcements?
Con, if I could, sir. Tune in, if you know what I'm saying, tune in every Saturday for the ISUPK Sabbath service, no matter where you are at in the entire world. If you're a Black, Hispanic, or Native American of descent, you know what I'm saying, you are an Israelite, and you should tune into the Sabbath service. We go over the scriptures from Genesis to Revelations. We read the ancient Hebrew, the real Hebrew. The ancient Hebrew, the Lashwan Kodash, and then we give you the English translation. This way you can get a chance to actually see the Bible live in person, learn your history, learn where you come from, and also learn why the Most High said there's nothing new under the sun.
And of course, man, I got to give it up to my amazing technical team over there. Did an outstanding job tonight.
That's right.
Officer Ramawan in the building, doing what he do. And his right man in the game, Officer Ra'ash Barad. I am Captain Mawquad, Under Commander Jenny Hanna. Lord allow, we see you Sunday for another exclusive Round Table of Truth. With that, we are out. Shalom.
Is Yahweh of the Most High over all the earth. That's clean on paper. Yahweh ain't mentioned, Jesus ain't mentioned, Yeshua ain't mentioned, ain't nobody mentioned. So the onus is on you to show where Christ, and even I have a question. And the kingdom of heaven right now, currently, is Christ sitting on God's throne?
Yeah.
Can you show that?
Sure. Let's do it. Let's go to Revelation. But first, I want to address what you said there. When he raised Lazarus, he prayed so they would know. But then he just said, Lazarus, come out, because he is the resurrection, as he says in that chapter. Who raises the dead? God. Who raises the dead? In John, Jesus does. So let's go to Revelation 22.
Be careful. That's ugly. Did Peter raise anybody from the dead? Did Peter raise anybody
in the name
from
of
the
Jesus?
Dead? Did he do it?
In the name of Jesus, yes.
So wait. I'm not done.
Because Elijah raised somebody from the dead, not in the name of Jesus. Elijah raised somebody from the dead. So don't tell me in the name of Jesus as if that's the only way you could do it. If God gives somebody the power, they have the power. Matter of fact, when Paul healed that brother, you know what they did? They called Barnabas Jupiter, and they called him Mercury. You know why? Because y'all think that y'all belief that Jesus is God is something that Christians only believe. That was the Roman culture, that if you did a miracle, they attributed to Zeus, Mercury, Venus, however. So y'all accepting Jesus as God is your norm. Otherwise, in Acts the 14th chapter, when Paul healed that person, did they call him and Barnabas gods? Yes or no?
We got a problem. We're going to the pagans for our theology now.
That is your theology. That's your theology.
That's a problem.
That's your theology. That's your theology. So why you can't answer the question? Did they call them gods? Yes or no?
The pagans did, yes.
Did the pagans?
We don't
why did they do that? Because they performed a miracle. And now miracles are all throughout the Bible. Moses did a miracle. Elijah did a miracle. Everybody did miracles. Y'all are pagan because everybody else says that God used them to do his miracles. You pagans come and say Jesus did it because he's the Most High God. Instead of listening when Christ said the works I do are from my Father. Everything he did was because the Father gave him the ability to do so. So you're pagan.
We got a problem because you said, John 11, he prayed to God to resurrect him. I had to correct you because he doesn't do that. He prays and then he resurrects him with his own power. That's what I was pointing out.
What were you correcting again?
John 11, when he resurrects Lazarus, he just says, Lazarus, come forth. He doesn't say, God, bring Lazarus forth. That's what I was correcting for.
No, that's horrible. Because he said, you hear me always. You know why Yahweh Shah said, you hear me always?
We can read it.
Because he's always talking to him. This is just the first time that he was talking to him so everybody could hear. So now, when he would normally do a miracle, he would say, Pop, let me get this miracle done. He would do it. He wouldn't say it out loud. This was the first time that before he did the miracle.
Can I read it?
Yes. I'm surprised you want to read scripture. Now you want to read scripture. I'm surprised.
Father, I thank you that you have heard me. I know that you always hear me, but I said this on account of the people standing around me, that they may believe that you sent me. He doesn't pray for the miracle. He prays for the people around him so that they believe that the Father has sent him. The miracle just says, Lazarus, come out.
That's it. Why does he say, you hear me always?
Why does he say that? Because the Father hears us always. He's omniscient.
No, don't say no us. This ain't about us. This is about Yahweh Shah. Why does he say you hear me always?
Because he's omniscient. He can hear everything.
What?
He's omniscient. It's pretty obvious.
Your man's dying. He's dying right now. Why does Christ say you hear me always? There's only one answer.
Go ahead.
Because he's always talking to him. And when you say that Christ don't pray, that's a lie.
I didn't say that.
Oh, so then Christ does pray.
Of course Christ prays.
And he prays to himself, to the Most High, without the people knowing, right?
That's modalism, Patrick.
What modalism? Oh my God. When Christ prays, modalism is crazy work because Christ is not a modalist.
Right.
When Christ is praying to the Father, it's because they're two separate beings. So, but let's not get away from the point. When he said that, that's the proof that he prayed to the Father before he did any miracle. This was just the first time that he prayed in front of everybody.
Whoa. I got a question. Okay, so you said that before he did miracles, he always prayed. But
he would always speak to the Father, to be clear.
Okay, I got you.
Which is the same thing.
I got you. I get what you're saying. So according to him, what we see in John 11 is that Jesus would always pray, and then he extrapolates from that and says, well, this applies to all miracles. But when we were in Luke 6:46 earlier, and Jesus says, why do you call me Lord, Lord, but not do what I say? He's like, I don't see anybody saying that, therefore it never happened. Do you see the double standard here?
What's the double standard?
Extrapolate from John 11 and say, Jesus is always praying before miracles. But when Jesus says in Luke 6:46, you're calling me Lord, Lord, he says that doesn't work because I didn't hear anybody say it.
Oh, I get it now.
Double standard.
I get it now. So let me show you why I'm superior to this white man. In that verse, it says, superior. Hey, before I answer, before I answer, give all y'all a hand. Y'all a great ass crowd. Both sides. You